But now, if you're not born again, if you've never, and I know some people kind of get hung up on just the word born again, but you know what? If you've never surrendered your life to Christ, if there's not a new spiritual birth inside of you, whether it happened as a child or as an adult, surrender your life to Christ. So if you're not born again, you've never surrendered your life to Christ, you can listen to these next 3 verses, but quite honestly, they're not for you. They're for the believer. These verses are for the believer. Because good works, or doing the right thing, will never make you right in God's sight. Never. And as we did Ephesians 2:8-9, for by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves is a gift of God. Works, lest any man should boast. Okay? So we are not of our works. But if apart from being saved, being born again, surrendering their lives from Christ, surrendering their life, leaving themselves. These good works are for believers. So let's look at what Peter says in verses 5, 6, and 7. Our precious faith. He picks up in verse 5, and besides, add to your faith virtue, patience, godliness, and to godliness, brotherly kindness, finally, charity. I want to look at these. These are instructions on how we care for, protect, and nurture our precious faith. How to crucify the flesh, to transform our minds. Let's look at these 7 admonitions that Peter encourages us to apply with all diligence. He says, with all diligence, add to your faith virtue. It's interesting, 7 of them. And it does seem like they build upon one another to a pinnacle. There's 7 of them. A number that really illustrates quite often a sign of completion in the Scripture. 7. So the first one, with all diligence, and I know, you know what, we don't use that word virtue. And virtue just means this, just plain old goodness. Just doing the right thing. It's good character. So the first thing you should do is, you know what, just do the right thing. Just plain old goodness. Just do the right thing. You know what to do. You know what's good and not good. Even a thief knows that it's wrong to steal, right? A murderer knows that it's wrong